Hello, this is Julia from Julia Plans. Welcome back if you're coming back. Welcome if this is your first time here in my channel. So today I would like to talk about my work bullet journal. And I would like to preface this by saying that my job is a little bit peculiar. So I work for a language school, which means like we are a private language institution that offers language services to other schools and companies. So for example, we go and teach into, as I said, schools, companies, to lots of different places and people. So my job is kind of in between a teacher job and a general office job, because I also have I'm also responsible for teacher training. So I watched a lot of videos on teacher bullet journals and on work bullet journals for office works, but none of them quite fit my work. So I designed something that would be perfect for my own job, and I'm so happy with this so far. The work bullet journal I have is a Stalogy A5, and it's housed in this Kokuyo systemic cover. You can find lots of reviews online of this cover. It's really inexpensive, but it's really good quality, I think. At the beginning I wasn't convinced by this plastic that it has inside, this kind of plastic thing, and I thought it wasn't really nice, but actually it is really nice. It's holding up really well, and it fits. In this case you can either put your notebook or another notebook in here, or you can use it as a secretarial pocket, which I think is really clever. The cover also has on the back another secretarial pocket, but this actually comes out, and so it comes out like this. You could slide your notebook in here as well if you wanted. And on the back, I don't know if you can see, you probably won't be able to see, but there are 3 card slots here, 1, 2 and 3, as well as the big pocket where I slid in my notebook cover. And so all of this is really compact. Now this is made of some sort of fabric, so it's black, of course, so it's easy to carry around. I don't have to worry about getting dirty or getting scratched or anything. It goes in and out of my bag, lots of different places, and it's still perfect. I love it. It also has this kind of front pocket, and it has the same one in the back, which are useful when I'm on the go. For example, oh, I forgot this pen somewhere on a desk, and I've already closed all my bag and everything. I could just put it in here, go home, and then put it in its place once I get home. So I love this cover, and the Stalogy is working out fantastically for as a bullet journal. The first thing I like about the A5 is that the grid is only 4 millimeters instead of 5, so I can fit more writing. My handwriting is quite small, so I can fit quite a lot in here. Now, what I have here is not a lot of decoration, of course, because I use it for work, and I go, as I said, in lots of different places, including companies, so I want it to look a little bit professional. I have some spare pieces of paper here that I sometimes use for my lessons, or just to grab in case I need to write a quick note. And this, by the way, is recycled paper, so it's paper that was printed on one side, and then I cut it and I use it, I recycle it. Inside I have lots of sticky notes. I use sticky notes quite a lot, and I love them. I also created this kind of, I don't know how to call it, pouch, I don't know. It has four slots for like cards. I didn't create it. I basically cut down this. So I found in my local stationery shop, I found this. So this is an A5. This is a pocket for an A4 binder. Okay, so this would be kind of double A5. And I think the person who sold it to me said that it's used by collectors to put in, like, people who collect. So this is who collect cards or stickers or other things. They put them in here and put them on display on a big A4 binder. What I did is I just cut this in half, cut out this part that is punched for the binder, and stuck it in here with some washi tape. And I use it to hold some cards that I use in my lessons at the end of the lesson, like reflection cards and some other sticky notes. I use sticky notes quite a lot in my lessons. I also have this cute, like, weekly and monthly sticky notes that I sometimes use for planning purposes. Now, I'm not going to say where all of this comes from, but if you are interested in any of the objects that you see or any of the things that you see, please do drop me a message. I'll be able to find it for you and let you know. Okay, so I've created a front page with my information and some contact details over here, just in case someone finds it. And because we're kind of an English school and we have like a London related name, I put down some London stickers that I had. I have an index over here, and I divided the index into two parts. So one is for lesson planning. So as I said, my job is divided into two main things. One thing is teaching. I'm a teacher, and the other thing is coordinating some teacher training projects and other things. So I've also divided my index like that. So over here I have all my lesson planning and teaching related stuff, and here I have other projects and other things that are not necessarily lesson plans. And I've left myself this page for index. Now for the titles here and throughout all this planner, I've used this Faber-Castell marker. It's like metallic marker in bronze, and I really like it. And then I have this brush pen, which is not your typical brush pen, but it's, I mean, the brand is this Lyra, I don't know how to say it, and it's the only one that I could find here in my local shops. And the Tombow that everyone has are quite expensive here. I plan to buy some maybe in the future, but for the moment I found these, they work quite as well. So I got 2 or 3 of these, on the only colors that I could find. Okay, so this is my index, and as you can see, I have it marked with an Avery tab over here. Again, Avery tabs are quite expensive to get here in Italy, but I did get a set because I think they're really nice and sturdy compared to these Post-it tabs that are easier to find but are so floppy, and after a few weeks they're already all bent and I need to change them. After that, I created a future log. I don't think I'll use this very much because things tend to be a little bit last minute in my job, but I do have it. So for example, I can write down some tasks or things that come up in the future. And I have it for the rest of the academic year, and also some space for the next academic year in case something comes up. Here I have some training notes that I took on a different notebook, and then I stuck them in here when I decided to use this. This is a useful packing list because, as I said, since I travel all around, I have to carry my computer everywhere I go because I use my computer for lots of things, and also sometimes I have online lessons at home, so I teach from home, sometimes I teach from school, etc. So I need to make sure that I have all my equipment with me, and it has happened that I arrived at school and oh my god, I haven't got my earphones, so I don't know how to do the lesson or whatever. So I created this packing list to make sure that every time I pack my bag to go to work, make sure that I have everything, and also when I come back to make sure that I'm bringing everything home. Down here I put some useful contacts, the school number, etc. I don't think I'll refer to this very much, but just in case I put it here. Now, for example, this is part of the one of the collections that I've got. So this is part of my work is to test students, to place them, give them a placement test to place them in the correct level. And so I've decided to keep this space here. Every time I test a student, write some notes that I then have to send to the rest of my to my colleagues. And I've left quite a bit of space here. These are other projects that I'm working on. Here I was trying this kind of timeline type of layout, which I really like. I think it's really beautiful to look at. I'm not sure if it's really useful for me, but I like it, so I think it's pretty. Then I use a monthly log, like real bullet journal style, so with the numbers of the month going down one side, things to do, like very important events or things that I want to remember. This little triangle is when I have a deadline or a task that needs to be completed on that day. So this is a little system I came up with. So for example, in this day I have to, do something or send someone a report. I just write it here. I just write this triangle here. Then over here, I write the triangle, the number of the day, for example, in this case, 15, and then I write the deadline. So when I go on to create my daily page for this day, I'll come here and say, oh, look, there are 2 triangles. So I look down here and find the 2 triangles with the number 15, and I see which things I've got to do. Whereas on this side, I put my working hours, because since I work very unusual hours and not very steady hours, so I don't always have the same 9 to 5, but I work very different hours every week and every day, so I write them down here, so at the end of the month I can tell our administration how many hours I worked, etc. And down here I have a little waiting on section for things that I'm waiting other people to let me know or to tell me. And of course here is a running list of tasks that I have to do for the month. So this is my monthly log, very simple, but it's working out perfectly because it just has the clear, the most important information. Now, the information about each and every lesson that I have to get to and every place that I have to get to will go into my Hobonichi Weeks, which is my personal planner. Why? Because my job, since it's so unpredictable, it does affect my private life. So for example, if I have to schedule a dentist appointment in a month's time, I don't know, unless I have this with me and I look at my work schedule, I don't know in a month time on Tuesday what time I'll be free. So I'll have to go here, go on to the day and see, oh, so I got these lessons, these things, so I'm free on this time. So this is just the main big things. Here I have breakdown of each individual lesson that I have, a meeting and all other things. And it goes here, as I said, because it affects my private life, so it has to be together with my private planning, my personal planning. Okay, so this is the monthly log. Then this is an example of how I set up my lesson planning. So when I teach, of course, I need to take note of what I do and plan my lessons, etc. So what I do is I decided to do this, so I write here up here the name of the group or the name of the student, and then I leave one page for information. So either if I get information from front office about the needs analysis or what the students need or want to do, I write it here. And also throughout the course, as I discover things, for example, these students need more help with listening or something, I'll write down here so that I have an information page here. In this case of this course, I also have a syllabus, so I printed it out and stuck it here. But in general, if not, I'll just write some notes here of a program that I plan to do with a group or with a student. And then just simply bullet journal style, I'll write down the date of the lesson and then some notes of what I plan to do. And, short or long, depending on the lesson. And another cool thing, I think, cool at least for me, thing that I did, I decided to do is, for example, this course, okay, I want to, because it's quite long, I want to leave quite a few pages. So I drew this line up here and I drew it all the way to the end of the pages that I wanted to save. So that if I open my bullet journal and I need to create something, a new page, a new spread, I know that I've left this page for this and I won't accidentally write on this and use it for something else and then run out of space. So this is one course, but of course throughout the bullet journal, every time they assign me to a new student or a new course, I create a new spread, leave one page for information, and then leave a few pages for lesson planning, for example, lots of different things. So lots of different courses. this is what the course page looks like at the beginning. So it's completely empty. For example, this is also quite a long course, so I left a few pages. This is going to be, as soon as I meet the students, this is going to be an information page with the name of their teacher and other things, and then this for lesson planning. Now, besides the monthly log, bullet journal style, I also do the daily log. So every day when I get to work, I write the date and write down, look at my monthly log, look if I have any deadlines or things that I need to do, write them down here, write all my tasks. Sometimes I also copy down my schedule just to have it handy, because I generally, when I'm at work, I just keep this open rather than my personal planner. And then you know, I really use a bullet journal method. So a little dot for the task, and then a cross when it's done, and a little arrow if it's been moved. And I also, of course, bullet journal style, use it for notes, any ideas. For example, here I had called this person, she gave me some information, so I wrote it down. Anything else, just, you know, goes on a running daily log, because I've tried the bullet journal method and I really loved it, and it worked so well for me. And I think actually it works fantastically for work, even more than for my personal life. So that's it. I think that's my work bullet journal. As I said, even those things are mixed up inside. So I have maybe the monthly log, then I have a lesson plan for one particular group, then I have a few dailies, and then something else. I don't mind, because with my index here, I can find everything I need. Also, I have a couple of tabs for important things like my packing list that I showed earlier. I also have this bookmark here that sometimes I used to put on the lesson of the day or my next lesson. For example, if my next lesson I have this group, then I put the bookmark there, so that when I get there, I can just open my notebook at that page quickly. Okay, one last thing I didn't mention is the pen that I use with this. So I use this Uni Jetstream, which I really love. I have the version in 4 colors plus a pencil. I would like to get a version with 2 colors and a pencil, because I don't really need 4 colors. I just need 2, black and red, really. But it's working out. Like, I love this pen because it writes really thin, and also because it's got a pencil. So if I need to pencil something in, something I'm not sure about, etc., I can pencil it in and it's no problem. And, you know, it's really fantastic. The only problem is that the cartridges for this, so when I finish the ink, they're really expensive here in Italy. This time I tried to order them from Amazon Japan, and it's a little bit better. But in general, if you want to get them even from Amazon Italy, they're really expensive. More expensive, like one cartridge is more expensive than like a pen, a whole pen. So yeah, so that's the only drawback of this pen. But apart from that, I really love it. It fits this pen loop not fantastically, so it's a little bit of a tight fit, even though this is an elastic pen loop. But it's, you know, good enough. I can put it in and out. Whereas these ones go in my pencil case, and, you know, I don't generally use them every single day. I just use them when I need to create a new spread. So okay, I think that's it from my work bullet journal. I hope you enjoyed this video and you found some inspiration. If you have any questions or any comments, please, I'll be happy to hear from you. Let me know. And as I said, if you'd like to know where any of these supplies come from, I'll be happy to share that with you. That's it. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.